Hey everyone, this is Mr. Wyrick. I'm here with you this morning, going to go over some of the notes for today. So to begin with, I'm looking at slide number 5 on there, conditional probability. We talked about this yesterday, but just to understand, whenever they ask you about conditional probability, it's always the likelihood of an event occurring based on a previous event occurring. So if the events are independent, it's not that big a deal. But if they're not going to be independent, if they're going to be dependent, we calculate that in the same way that we were calculating this stuff before. You calculate the odds of both things happening, and then you see what happens, especially on your table with one or the other. So then on slide number 6, there is a table. So it tells you, take a look at this table, has one pet and flying independent. So this is the survey type questions, like how many pets do you have? More than one, or no pets? And then what superpower would you want? Flying, invisibility, super strength, or telepathy? So when we look at this one, has one pet and flying is the intersection of that. So that's the second box down there, and that's 3 out of 40 or 0.075. So then the way that we can tell if that is independent is we find the probability of anybody at all having one pet. That's 14 out of the 40. Then we find the probability of somebody wanting flying at all, and that is also 14 out of 40. So when we take 14 out of 40 and multiply it by 14 out of 40, we have to hope that we get 3 out of 40. What we get is 14 times 14 is 196, and 40 times 40 is 1,600. So 196 out of 1,600, if we just look at that percentage-wise, let me type it in Desmos, 196 out of 1,600, that's going to be 0.1225, which if we go back and look at our notes, it's 0.075. So these are not independent. These are dependent. If you find somebody who has one pet, it will affect the probability of them wanting flying. If you find somebody who wants flying as their superpower, then it will affect the probability of them having one pet. So even though it doesn't seem like those are interrelated and you can't tell logically if they're going to be dependent or independent, you can still go back, you can do the math. For today, don't forget you need to finish up part B of the assignment from yesterday. You should still have that. If not, I attached a digital copy. And then there's a Delta Math assignment. Don't forget, when you go to Delta Math, you have to get there through Clever or you can't get there at all. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.